Hi everybody, this is Dr. Janet Hull, and this is kind of a short clip in my Healthy Alternatives podcasts. When I say it's kind of a short clip, it's not really going to be that short, but it's not going to be as long as a regular YouTube video. I did a video earlier today about why the hair analysis, getting a hair analysis done is so kick-ass, and it is, because it tells us so much. And then I thought, okay, I want to do one specifically on the hair analysis if you have been using aspartame. Will the hair analysis help you identify any damage done from being an aspartame user? My answer to that question is yes and no. Aspartame will show up in the hair analysis because I can see the trickle-down effect of how it has affected your health and your body. But specifically, will it show up? The answer is no. Splenda and sucralose will show up on a hair analysis with spiked barium, because barium and chlorine are similar and they react together and work together in a very similar way, and the hair analysis will show levels of barium. But for aspartame, aspartame has only 3 ingredients in it. 50% phenylalanine, the amino acid, phenylalanine, 40% the isolated amino acid, aspartic acid, and those two isolated amino acids are bonded together with 10% methanol. Now, the methanol will show up in a liver enzyme test, a blood test, or a urine test, but you're going to have to specifically ask the lab technician to test for the presence of formaldehyde. Methanol goes through a breakdown process. It goes into formic acid, and then formic acid goes into formaldehyde. And then we all know that formaldehyde is a nasty toxin that you don't want in your body if you're still alive. We embalm people with formaldehyde. So you don't want that deposited in your tissues when you're still alive. So that will show up in other tests. It doesn't show up on the hair analysis. It doesn't make its way into the hair. Instead, the formaldehyde is going to deposit and preserve and pickle things like your liver and your brain. And that's not good. Now, the phenylalanine and the aspartic acid are 2 amino acids. They have been isolated from the essential 8. And isolated amino acids are very toxic to your health as well. But that is for another YouTube video at another day. What we're looking at with the amino acids, however, is that your body is going to shoot them off into your brain for protein and for fuel, because that's what they recognize an amino acid as, a protein provider for energy and brain fuel. So it will send the phenylalanine and this aspartic acid into your brain, which is why aspartame penetrates the blood-brain barrier. And that is why in 1971, Dr. John Olney from St. Louis School of Medicine, he determined and discovered that aspartame ate holes in the brains of his laboratory mice. So aspartame dissolves your brain mass and literally forms lesions in your brain. Okay, so will the hair analysis show if you are an aspartame user? For me, yes, it will, because I know what to look for. For aspartame users, when they do a hair analysis, this is the typical profile, okay? And I showed it in my larger video, but we're just going to focus this short clip on if you are an aspartame user. What you're looking at in the hair analysis here is you're looking at the most common toxins that are found in the environment that people are exposed to. And then you're looking at the most common 32 essential elements that we need for all of our body systems. Our bones, skin, nerves, hormones, heart. And that's what this shows down here. Your toxins will affect your nutrient levels. They will affect them in that many times toxins will push many nutrients out of your body into your hair before it's had a chance to assimilate and be used as nutrition. Aspartame users are typically low in toxins, low in toxic metals. This is very common for an aspartame user. However, look at the aluminum. They are toxic in aluminum. So that told me right there that this person was a diet cola drinker and that they're using the aluminum cans for their diet drinks. So it's already told me that right there. So it's already told us a lot, hasn't it? Then for the essential nutrients, it tells me that this person had a very bad diet. And if they're going to be consuming a lot of aspartame, their diet is more than likely going to be very bad. So these essential nutrients right here are low. The body needs more fuel. It needs more nutrients. It needs more vitamins and minerals. And that needs to come from eating real food, not processed, chemically laden food. Now, the one element, essential nutrient that was high was iodine. And this is very common. Hey, I was diagnosed with a hyperactive thyroid from aspartame use. I was diagnosed with Graves' disease. How many people in today's time are being diagnosed with Graves' disease? So many more than ever in the past. And many men are, and that was very unusual back in the day for a man to be diagnosed with Graves' disease, because it primarily affects the thyroid gland, beginning in the hypothalamus and pituitary glands in the brain. They send the hormones down to the thyroid, and then the thyroid spreads them out throughout the body for your heart rate, and they go into the pancreas to help regulate your insulin. So you can see the spiral effect here. I mean, just that alone, we were able to tell that this person probably has some thyroid issues, maybe some blood sugar issues, maybe some hormonal issues. All right, so what we're looking at here is we're looking at a hair analysis for an aspartame user that is telling us a lot of really great stuff. One, it's telling us that their environment's pretty darn clean except for what they're eating. And two, it's telling us that their nutrients are deficient and very low. So if they have brain fog, confusion, if they're gaining weight and can't lose it, if their sex drive is going down, if they're having horrible cramping for their periods, male, female, it's going to give us so much information. And it's going to tell me which body system is being impacted the most. Because your essential nutrients all belong to a club. And those clubs do not compete with each other. So you've got your exoskeletal club, you've got your cardiovascular club, you've got your hormonal club. And so what we're looking at here is what it's impacted. Now, what it's impacting here are your blood sugar nutrients. The majority of these nutrients are for blood sugar, okay? What did I just tell you? Your body is looking for real sugar, shoots the insulin out to metabolize and to utilize that sugar, which should be ideally natural unprocessed sugar, which your body needs for fuel. And when it shoots out that insulin to metabolize that sugar, you've just faked out your body. You have ingested a fake sugar. It triggered your memory in your brain that you had incoming sugar, so the glands went to work, they trickled down, got to the pancreas and said, okay, there's incoming sugar coming in, get the insulin out so you can process it. When the insulin finally gets pumped out and starts to circulate through the bloodstream, it's going, where's the sugar? That looks like sugar, but it's not sugar. You faked me out. So then you take another sip or you take another product. Let's say you just finished your Diet Coke. Now you're going to grab a piece of sugarless gum. And then the body shoots out another signal saying there's more sugar coming in. Shoot me out some more insulin. And before you know it, you have an overload of insulin in your body. Okay? Now you're going to be gaining weight. Now you're going to be having blood sugar problems. Now you're going to be looking at diabetes. Okay? So this was my short clip on how a hair analysis is going to tell me a long, detailed story about your eating habits if you are a diet sweetener user, specifically aspartame. I hope this helped. Stay away from the diet products. Thank you so much for joining me today. Go to janethull.com if you'd like some more information and if you'd like some more help. Thank you.